Hey guys, it's Sam with 2Ms and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. As you guys can see, I have a very special guest here with me. She is someone I've had on the show not too long ago, and I'm excited that she's back here with all of us. She is so incredibly talented and so incredibly beautiful as well. And she is here to talk about how she's been, her newest single, which is called MU, and everything in between. Everyone, please welcome Jayda. Woo!
Wow, thank you for the intro. Wow, I'm so honored. Thank you, Sam with 2Ms. What's up? How have you been?
Know.
Good to be back.
Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Yes, we're so excited that you're back. I've been good. Life's been great. I got a dog recently, so that's new since the last time. Yes, it's a Maltese, so super small. He's asleep right now. Yeah, so that's
you're a
new.
fur mom. Congratulations.
I know. I'm like an adult now, so that's been new in my life since the last time we talked. How about you, Jayda? What's new with your life?
Honestly, so many things. I can't even name all of them at this very moment, but I've just been so busy. I think I've been in one of the busiest times of my life I've ever been. And it's great. Yeah. Like I'm really enjoying it. There's just so much to look forward to, especially with, my fans and my listeners. Like I've been working on so many new things in all aspects, not just music, but yeah. I've been busy.
Yeah, I know. I see on your social media, Jayda doing the most, guys. She's really been busy. Ang dami niyang ginagawa ngayon, which is always a great thing. I mean, that's something to be grateful for.
Right.
Obviously, having so many things to do. But how do you, Jayda, balance everything? I know it can get easy to get overwhelmed with everything that's been going on.
Right, of course.
How do you balance all of the things that you're doing?
How do I balance it? Honestly, it's it's really time management. Yeah. Honestly, I asked myself the same question. How do I balance it? And I think it's finding little moments of me time. I think that's what keeps me from being burnt out and stuff like that. Like something as simple as for me, when I get home, just having a nice warm shower and watching an episode of my favorite Netflix series. That makes me happy, and that helps me get recharged. So I think it's just finding finding time for just yourself and to do, basic things. And of course it helps. It always helps that I love what I do. So
yeah. For sure. Yeah. And I agree. It's those small things, even just a shower after a long day, I feel makes everything worth it. But also, since you talked about binge watching or watching an episode of your favorite Netflix show, what's your favorite Netflix show right now?
Okay, so don't be fooled by the title. I know it might scare some people, but I really like Lucifer. It's a really good show.
Oh,
it's called Lucifer. And then probably Emily in Paris. Both of the two. Yeah.
Those are two very different shows.
I know. They're two very different. They're on two opposite sides of the spectrum, but I promise I would totally recommend both. And they're really good. So yeah.
Yeah. I've heard both are really, really good too. So maybe when I also have time for myself, I'll check those out. But, it's been crazy that you've been up to so many things, especially with your newest release, your newest single, MU. So I'm so excited to talk about MU. So for your MU, the what it means is actually malabong usapan. So can you tell us more about what the song is about and really what inspired it? I'm sure a lot of people are also super curious about what inspired this song for you.
A lot of people are. I've I've been seeing comments on social media, but honestly, so MU really means, I think it's something that just exists here in the Philippines. It means mutual understanding. And so me and my best friend, Francine Diaz, who is my co-star in the music video, but one time in February, I wrote it super recently, I think. And it was just a very spontaneous process. She and I were just having a conversation. We were joking around, girl talk. We were talking about relationships and, what we don't want. And relationship talks with your girlfriends. Yes. So honestly, we were just talking about that and what we want and what we don't want in a relationship. And then all of a sudden I was joking around. I was like, yung mga MU na yan, hindi yan mutual understanding, malabong usapan yan. And I was like, oh, like the moment. And I was like, you know what? I should turn that into a song. I told her that. I should make that into a song. And then I kind of sat on the idea for a little bit because I was super busy, promoting like Paano Kung Naging Tayo. And then sometime in March, I think it was the very end of March, I remember the day specifically, but I started writing it on my guitar, and I started with the first lines, which really, I think it really set up the whole song, which was, ang sarap magmahal sa simula hanggang malaman mo na ang nangmamahal ay ikaw lang pala. So it was like, I know it's hitting you right there in the feels. And I just wanted to start off with something really strong and just something really reality based. I think that's what the song is like all about. I was really inspired by, our conversation, but the fact that it's such a real thing for people to go through, especially in our generation. Like we always go through like, malabong usapans. But like relationships without a label, basically. And it's kind of an ode to that, saying that it's something that I don't want. And the hook is basically, besides the ayoko ng malabong usapan, it's ayoko lang ng MU, which I've noticed a lot of people have caught on. It has kind of a double meaning to it. It's like, I don't want a relationship with no label, but at the same time, I don't just want a relationship with no label. Like there has to be a label. So I noticed a lot of people have caught on it. It's like, so it's really all about like self-empowerment, knowing what you deserve, guarding your heart, not settling for less. It's a message that I really wanted to send off to my listeners. I think it was super important for me. And it's something new for me, like stepping out of my comfort zone, I think, as an artist and talking about other things, because I think people tend to associate me with hugot songs and really heartfelt songs, which I'm kind of, which is kind of more up my alley. But this one, I really challenged myself. And this is the first like up-tempo, like Tagalog track I've ever written.
It's so nice.
It's really special. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And I love the message too. It's like all about like self-empowerment too. And I feel like I don't know anyone who has never experienced like a malabong usapan. I feel like most people have experienced it at least once in their life. Sadly, sad to say, but like it's something that really, really happens. So I'm sure guys, put guys in mga comments. We know that you've experienced it too, at least once in your life. So it's crazy. This is a very super relatable song. So can you tell us more about what was it like creating the song? Because you said you started in February and it's only May now. So it was quite quick since, you actually got the idea for the song. So what was it like really hashing out the song and working on it?
It took me a few days, I think. Like it was one of those songs. It wasn't too hard, but I knew that I had to find the right words to say it. So it was very crucial. I remember, I think the date I finished it was March 28th, if I'm not mistaken. I have a very specific date in mind because I finished it after a guesting that I did and promoting Paano Kung Naging Tayo. And then it just came like full circle. I was just super inspired because I felt so strongly, I think, about the topic. And I'm I think I've noticed like when I write in Tagalog, it tends to be very concept based, and I really had a strong concept, and it was so clear in my mind. It was just finding the right words to say it, and I think I said it in the way that I felt like it was best communicated, if that makes sense. Like for me as a person, I wanted it to feel very personal, which it is, that sort of thing. So it took me a few days, like I said. Like I started it on the guitar, and then I found this beat online, and I started writing to it, and then it became kind of more or less the foundation for the song and how I finished it. And then once we started talking about production, like I had such a clear vision in my mind of what I wanted for it. And I think that was such an exciting experience for me because it's kind of going back to my real like pop roots, because I think I came from Paano Kung Naging Tayo, which was a lot more I guess like a ballad in a way, a power ballad in that sense. And then this one was a really pop arrangement. Like I was like, go crazy, let's go.
Actually, it's actually two very different songs, no, Paano Kung Naging Tayo and like MU in terms of like sonically, because the other one is a little bit more like you said, a ballad, and this one is like a little bit more upbeat, up tempo, and all of that. So what kind of made you decide, like, because like like with Malabong Usapan, that's a very like delicate topic too. Like people will assume that it's like something that will be like a hugot song, but for this one you really decided to shift like the perspective into like empowerment and make it up tempo. So what made you decide to do something like that?
I think it was just me growing as an artist, and I think I'm always I believe in the saying that you're only as good as your last project. So I think for me, it's in a way like I'm always trying to outdo the last thing I did, if that makes sense. I'm always challenging myself to do new things. And I think, like you said, a lot of people had this misconception that it was going to be a hugot song, and because that was kind of like the norm for me, and I totally understand why. And I actually kind of teased my fans with it. I kept saying, like, with the days leading up to the release, I was like, let me know what you think or what you're expecting. What are your guys' expectations for this song? Yeah, and then they were going crazy. They were like, I feel like you're gonna make us cry. Mananakit ka na naman, Jayda. Like, bakit yung iniisip lagi mananakit ako? So it was just fun to see that reaction. And I told my team, because like we were making like the teasers for the song, I was like, I don't want to reveal that it's an up-tempo pop track yet. Like I started out with just the intro, which isn't very telling. Like it doesn't really say if it's a ballad or not. And then I decided to go last minute with an a cappella teaser instead of like one with the instrumental, because I was like, no, we should keep this a secret, kind of hold them on a little bit longer, because it's so fun. Like when I was seeing all the fan reaction, and they were just telling me how they're so excited for it, and they really thought it was going to be a hugot song. And then I remember like a few minutes before the release, I was like, prepare your tissues just in case, you never know.
Oh my god, like, you're so funny.
It was fun, but needless to say, I think they weren't very disappointed. I was super overwhelmed with all the love like people had, and have been having for the single, because this is such a meaningful concept to me, and I appreciate how they appreciated the shift that I chose to take. This, I guess in a way, it's a bit of a risk, to change kind of your artistic direction a bit, but I don't see it as a full change for me, because it's always been in me. I have released a track like that, so, but I think it's something new, like, let's say, because it's in Tagalog, and I really took a different kind of shift in tone for me as an artist, even in terms of like, branding and all. So
Yeah, we stand the growth, obviously. I mean, growth is always good, and venturing out into, other ways to really express yourself, I think, was always good for any kind of artist. And I love that you flipped the switch for your fans. It's kind of like you really didn't let them know what it was like until it was there.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun, I bet, for you too. And what was it like seeing like the reactions of everyone, because they really had that certain like mindset already about what it was going to be. And then when they heard it and they like had all this like outpouring of love and support for this kind of shift that you made, how was it seeing all of that?
It was so overwhelming, honestly. The night of the release, I didn't expect it to be that, I guess, jarring. Like it really like it trended on Twitter, and then I was looking through the hashtag, and everyone was just talking about how it's different in terms of the message as well, because it feels like a lesson, which it is. Because I believe that when things like this happen to you, this is a lesson. I think because the song is really, I feel like people misconstrue it as a diss track or things like that. It's not. It's actually, it's a note to self to know what you deserve and to know what you want, because that's so important. And it's important as much as, to know what you want is to know what you don't want. I think, and it's about, it's all about that. So it's not a diss track, and I see it as kind of like a note to the next guy, quote unquote. It's a note to the next guy, like, here are my terms, you know, take it or leave it. Like I won't take any of that. Like, you know, malabong usapan. So yeah. So when I saw the fan reaction, just seeing, you know, people related to their own experiences and saying like, you know, like this is just exactly what I needed to hear. That means so much. And seeing especially women react to this song and see how like, you know, it feels like you're my friend and you're giving me good advice. It couldn't make me happier as a songwriter to know that I've made that connection with them through this artistic choice and risk that I chosen to take. So
Yeah. Yeah, I love that you said that, you know, it's kind of like a note to self because, yeah, like you said, it could be like misunderstood as a diss track because, you know, it's something that's very empowering too, but it's more of like something for you rather than for someone else, which I think is very, very empowering too. So, guys, take note of that, you know, as a, you know, self note too for the next kind of relationship that you want to enter into. But I do want to talk about the music video as well. So, you co directed it again with Dirk and Rex. So, how was that? Like creating the concept for this music video too?
Right. Yeah. So the concept of this one was different. I wanted it to feel a bit different from Paano Kung Naging Tayo, which had more of like a sentimental kind of feel. I think, like I said, like in terms of tone, it's very different. I think this one was, like I said, I was trying to outdo the last project that I did, and it was a challenge for me because it's an up-tempo track, so it requires a different kind of treatment in terms of the shot list. And when I was creating it, I think I just you know, created it with the basis of when I was formulating the concept, which goes back to the whole student teacher thing. So basically the whole plot of the music video is that it showcases it. I think a common theme of the music video is friendship, which is one of the reasons why I wrote the song. And I really wrote it because of friendship, because of my friendship with Francine. It was just very authentic for me as an artist to have her be part of it. And I'm so happy that, you know, she agreed to be part of it. And we had such an amazing time. So basically, the concept is just like, I guess, you know, it's very situational. It's very real. Like the beginning showcases a conversation between her and I, which is very realistic because, you know, that's how she and I talk. I wanted it to feel as real as possible, but then it kind of goes a more kind of comedic route, almost like when it comes to the whole teacher student thing. I'm this like glamorized, like sexy teacher showing her like, okay, this is what you should want and this is what you should not want and this is what you deserve. And she's the student learning from me, but I feel like it's kind of a metaphor for me as her best friend because I'm always all about looking out for her. And, you know, since I mean, I know I am like, I'm only a year older than her, but at the same time, like I have this like a sisterly kind of sense in me that I'm looking out for her. I always want the best for her, and I don't want her to make the same mistakes maybe I have or things like that. But we both learn from each other. But in this particular context, since I am the singer of the song, it's like I'm teaching her. And it was just so clear in my mind that's what I wanted. And then obviously we had the performance aspect, and I stepped outside of my comfort zone again by dancing.
Yes,
it was
girl,
choreography. I know. Oh my gosh. I was super nervous when it came to that, but I just had such an amazing team behind me, and I have them to thank for that. But yeah, so that was basically the concept, the student teacher concept, with just glam shots showcasing. At the end, there's a transformation of Francine and I, and it's a metaphor for showing that, you know, we're confidently independent. We are strong women. And I think the glam represents that, like that, having that confidence at the end and knowing that, you know, out of a situation like that, you can come out on the brighter side of things, you know, and you can learn from it. And that's the whole thing. It's like a lesson on love. And that's the treatment that I wanted with the shots with Francine in the makeshift classroom. I wanted to feel very light and very fun. And then with the dancing, it showcased the darker side of MU with the colors, because it's a very distinct color of red, which is what the theme I wanted for the whole campaign to be, which was red. Because I felt like, because I have this thing called synesthesia, which where I basically, when I hear things, I associate them with colors. And this particular song, I associated it with the color red. And I was like, that's what the lighting should be. And which is why it kind of made it easier for me as a director, because I had a very specific vision in mind, especially with the shot list and communicating that obviously with my co-director, Direk Edric Sanchez, who's amazing. I love working with him, and he's so good at bringing my vision to life. So yeah, it was a very challenging video. I will say that, though.
Yeah.
It's different. I feel like even the mood on set was different, not in a bad way, but it definitely required more of a team effort versus the last video, which felt a little more intimate because it was just me and my co-star Reese. So
Yeah.
it just felt a lot more solemn and personal, which this one was a little more, I guess, chaotic good. In that
Yeah, in a good sense. In a good
sense. Yeah.
For sure. I can totally see, though, the contrast between the last music video and this one. Obviously, it's a little bit, I mean, it's very, very different, actually. And with this one, I love that, because you said a while ago, this song was really inspired by that conversation that you had with Francine, and you really showed it too in the music video. And I love that you had that whole like empowered sequence too, because I felt like that was a whole different Jayda also that we were getting, which was also so great. I feel like with the dancing too, I was feeling the dance. You go, girl.
Thank
I mean,
you.
we love that kind of growth as an artist, and we love, it's really an ode to self rather than kind of like something that's for other people, which is always empowering. And I'm sure a lot of people the field na empowered to that after watching that music video as well. So we are so excited for MU to be here, but we're even more excited because just recently you also announced that you're going to be having Jayda in concert, which is happening in June. So that's super exciting. It's going to be your first ever June 26th, and it's your first ever major concert. So how has it been like preparing for that? I can imagine like grasping even the idea of it, like happening to, has been a lot for you. So how has that been?
Yeah, so it's been, like I said, like throughout this whole process, even with MU, it's just been so overwhelming. Obviously, like this is something that I've always dreamed about, having like a major show that I'm headlining, which is this. And I have to thank, ABS-CBN for the opportunity, for, for giving me this platform to, showcase like my growth as an artist and what I have to offer. And it's just such an exciting time in my life. Syempre, kinakabahan ako. I think it's a mixture of kaba and excitement and just so many things. But yeah, like with the preparation, I guess, I think what people underestimate is, when people or when artists do shows, they think that you just kind of get on there on stage and then you do your thing. But no, mahabang proseso talaga yun. And it's like an athlete training for a game or a competition. And, you have to condition yourself physically, mentally, spiritually before the show. And there's just been so many creative meetings, and it helps that, because I'm so involved as an artist, like I really do, look into everything, like with the arrangements of each song and things like that. And, with the lights and the concept and the general flow of the show, I've been working with my amazing writer, script writer, si Kuya Makoy Infante, and he's so great. So yeah, I've been really involved throughout the whole process, and I just can't wait for people to finally see it. I can't wait for that day to finally come. And honestly, when it comes to people's like expectations, I can say that, I guess you can expect a concert from the comfort of your own home. I don't want this to be like, I made this very clear to my team, na kahit online siya, I want to give people the full concert experience as if they were there with me. Like I don't want them to feel like a disconnect. Like I want it to feel very personal and make it feel as if I'm performing for my watchers or my listeners. So yeah, and then I think it gives me a huge opportunity to really, I guess, showcase a different side to myself as an artist, and showcase things that I haven't showcased before. And who knows, baka may mga bagong kanta kayong marinig, di ba?
Oh, exciting. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. And I love that you said, you're showcasing a different side of you that people haven't seen before. And that's always exciting to hear coming from any artist, because I feel like, we're always rooting for you guys to always grow and always kind of show us new things too. So that's so exciting. So that's happening on June 26th. So not too long from now. Almost a month from now. So we have that to look forward to. But aside from that too, Jayda, you said you've been working on a lot of other stuff stuff too, like music and other non-music related things. So what else can we expect coming from you, Jayda? Especially you have so many things planned. I know you don't want to spoil anything, but what else can we
Right.
expect coming from you?
What else can you expect? Honestly, because it's so hard for me because I'm trying not to spoil
Yeah.
anything. But okay, let me start with later this week. Ang dami
Mhm.
niyong aabangan. Madami akong pasabog this week. So,
Oh.
something as early as this week, you guys are gonna
Mhm.
figure out, I guess, some new things that have been happening in my life, and
Mhm.
I'm really excited to share it. Honestly, in the coming months, I think you can expect other projects that might not be necessarily related to the world of music. I'll just leave it at
Oh.
that.
Whoa, guys, that's super
Para
exciting. So
ma-excite kayo ng konti.
as early as this week, guys, sabi ni Jayda, as early as this week, may mga pasabog siya. So make sure to just really follow her on her social media so that we can keep updated with everything going on in her life. It's a lot, but of course, we're rooting for her. We're rooting for you, Jayda. We have so many
Thank
things in
you.
store for you. So we're so excited. But before I do let you go, Jayda, actually, do you have a message to everyone who's been supporting you and listening to your music?
Right, of course. Sa inyong lahat na sumusuporta sa akin, maraming salamat talaga. And from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate, especially all the love for the single. And I think especially the single is very different from my previous
Mhm.
ones. And I think in terms of impact on people as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I am completely aware of this. There's been a lot of division.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's healthy in a way that people are talking about it, and I
Mhm.
appreciate the conversation. I just want to appreciate everyone who's stuck by me throughout this whole process, and when it
Mhm.
comes to the single, and for seeing it for what it truly is, which is really a song that is for me, and it's for as much as it is for me, it's for you guys, and it's for
Mhm.
you guys to learn from, and I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to give you, I guess, my gift for you guys, since my birthday's coming up. What's it
Yay.
called? Like, I guess it'll be coming within these next few weeks. So many things are about to happen, and I
Mhm.
can't wait to share with you guys what's in store. Honestly,
Mhm.
like everything I do, it's really for you guys. So,
Mhm.
ayun, yun lang masasabi ko. Maraming salamat talaga. I love you guys. Hey.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I'm so excited for you, especially with everything that you have going on, Jada. And you said it's almost your birthday, so you're turning 18 if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, on
Oh my
on
god, are you
Tuesday.
ready?
Yeah, next
Are
Tuesday.
you
I
ready
know.
to be 18 years old?
Adulthood. Oh my gosh, scary. I think I am. I think I am ready. I think
Mhm.
so. Yeah, like I have
Yeah.
to be ready. I mean,
Yeah.
we've all got to mature, and I think another year, like more wisdom. I can definitely say, to be honest, like. I
Mhm.
look back on who I was last year, like June 1 of last year, and
Yeah.
that's a completely different person. And so many things in my life have changed, I swear. And
Mhm.
it feels like so long ago. Like even the stuff
Mhm.
that I did like during around that time period, it just feels like a lifetime ago. And now, like, here
Yeah.
we are again today, another 300, no, not 365, but another several days before my birthday. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
That's
it's
always a
it's a
good
very
thing. Yeah.
exciting time in my life. Yeah, so I like to look at this as a new chapter in my life. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we can put that book aside, like this is the next chapter of my life, which is adulthood, new beginnings, that sort of thing.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, how exciting. I mean, turning 18 is
I know.
always it's both scary and exciting at the same time because people expect more things from you, obviously. But talking to you right now, I feel like you've really matured too. Like it's hard to believe like, you have all of this wisdom at like 17 years old. And I'm so
Thanks.
excited for everything else that you have in store for everyone and everything that you have yet to achieve. And we're so excited to root for you, especially with everything going on in your life. So thank you so much, Jada, for joining me today on this beautiful Monday
Of
morning.
course, I love chatting with you.
Yeah, same here. I love chatting with you too. And also as well to everyone who tuned in, thank you so much for joining us. Huwag niyo kalimutan i-stream ang bagong single ni Jada, which is MU, that's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. And you can also check out its music video on YouTube as well. And it also stars Francine Diaz as well. So make sure to check that
Yeah.
out. But thank you so much, Jada, once again for joining me today.
Of course. And I just want to add something really quick. Like for Jayda in
Go ahead.
concert on June 26th, you can get your tickets at ktx.ph or on iWant or at TFC. There are so many platforms that you can check up on. And I think on how to buy tickets, that's on my Instagram. So you can check that out. And I can't wait to see you guys hopefully at the show. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
guys,
and
make
thank
sure
you
to
so
check
much
out
for
Alex
having
as well.
me.
Of course, we always love to have you here. And guys, make sure to check out Jayda in concert that's happening June 26th. You can just go to her social media so you guys know how to get tickets for that. So once again, thank you, Jayda, and to everyone who
Thank
tuned in
you.
to this MYXclusive interview. We hope you all have a beautiful Monday. And once again, this has been Sam with 2Ms and Jayda. Thanks, guys.
Hey.